Revival, I'm in the building.
Let's go.
Live with the Woodlard Roar!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Speed the genius.
Ooh, hey.
I like that one,
I
better.
like that
Dude,
one,
if that's
too.
the only effect you use all night, it's still worth it.
I'll take it. And of course, brother El Jefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a. El Cefe. I had something, too, because I looked at the video.
Keep it.
But I'll keep it El
nice.
Cefe.
When in doubt, nothing wrong with
Just
that.
go with El Chefe. What's up, everybody?
And shout out to you, yes, you, the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support, guys. If you're on X, hit that follow button, hit that like and repost button. It really does wonders and works for us. And if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, that like button in there. Get in the chat, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are also on Spotify and iTunes. Go over there and follow us as well. We need it all, man. We need it all because, guys, we are coming to you because we got a special announcement that we're going to, pretty much announce to you guys at the 9 o'clock hour. But first, I want to go around the room. But hold on, Hefe, before we go around the room, I just want to give the mic over to our brother here, Mr. Glass Half Full. Take it away, man. I know you got something, man. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I want to start with the somber news and get it out the way because this is an important one to us. We want to say rest in peace to Al Trotwig. Died at 68 years old, man. The voice of MSG. Complications of cancer and fuck cancer as always. He was the voice of our childhood. If you watched any Ranger games, you've watched Knicks games from MSG, but he was so much bigger than that too. 16 Olympics, this guy. Where 4 Emmys. It's just he was the guy, the voice of God in the New York sports market. How many countless people over the age of 35, I would say, just like grew up with this guy, and it's sad to see a guy like go that young. That I watched him on MSG just the other day with another intermission update, and it's not the same, and it sucks. And I just want to say special shout out to him, and rest in peace, Al.
Right on.
Yeah, man. Let's have a quick little moment of silence in here, guys, and then we'll get the show started. Let's have a quick moment of silence, man, for a legend here today, brother Al. All righty, guys. All right. Let's have some fun here, man. Of course, Hefe, man. What's going on, brother? How's everything? How you been, brother?
Not easy to follow that up. I just want to say he was one of those classic voices, like from childhood, like Knicks, Rangers, The Garden. Like he just had his own lane, like what a gig he had, what a life, and gone young, but man, he had a good run, and
absolutely
his voice was just so unique. You know what I mean?
Iconic.
Like iconic, just one of those voices, and won't be the same without him. But all is good here, chugging along, living the dream. I'm excited for the 9 o'clock hour. Big time. Big news. You guys are going to be excited because I'm not going to say anything else. I'll leave it there. But I'm excited.
Give it away.
Eli, how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing, E?
Listen, man, I had a couple of days off, took some time off, spent time with the family. It's always great, man, to do that. And then, of course, catch up with you guys, man. So that's another highlight of my day. But when I catch up with you guys, it's usually back into the swing of things. It's usually back to work. It's all this stuff here. We're going to get rich quick. I promise you, people. And we'll do this 24/7 for you guys. I'm just saying. But other than that, man, it's took a couple of days off, man, to get the mind right, get the body right. Get everything good, man. But I've been good, man. I've been good. Just trying to do some housework today. That's pretty much it. I'm just tired. I'm old, man. So
we're all getting old, bro.
Thank
We're
God.
we're all in the 40 club now, officially. I just joined y'all, motherfuckers. So we are officially
welcome aboard, sir.
How's
welcome
it feel?
Aboard.
It feels like it's gonna be our best decade yet. Let's say that. Best decade yet is gonna happen. I feel right in the mind. I feel young. That's all that matters. I'm with my boys. So let's go.
And happy birthday to you, Speed, because I was there at the beginning, but I didn't celebrate the rest of the day. So happy birthday to you, Speed, man.
We're gonna celebrate. It's all good.
It's not bad. It's not scary at all, man. It's pretty dope. So, guys, really quick, we're gonna do a couple of things here. We'll get to the supers and etc. in this minute. Of course, the revivalists, man. Of course, it got to be our guy Richard here. Should we just get it started? Hold on.
Let's go. I mean,
holy shit, a super chat.
Let's just get it started.
I didn't even have the banner up yet. Like, he reminded me to put the banner up. Thank you, Richard, a legend, good friend of the show.
Man, dude.
Thank you, brother. Kicking us off. Look at this guy.
Like 50 cents.
Let's go.
We love Rich over here. He's been on. He's just
revivalist of the month, man.
He's been another one of those day ones. You guys are always here.
Look at this.
God, look at this, guys. Just hold on.
Another
holy shit, a super chat.
Another revivalist of the month.
So you guys have no idea how much that means. You know what I mean? Like, we're a startup. We do everything ourselves. There's nobody behind the scenes that's cutting up tape or helping promote or producing. Like, we do everything. So
we
all
pay
the
our own
mistakes
taxes.
that are made is us. Everything we do is just us. Okay, we do it all, and we got kids on one lap. We got a teenager and another one. It's crazy here, and we do it all. So thank you to guys.
It means the world. I told these guys, like, I'm probably gonna be late tonight. The wife's out. I got 2 kids. You guys have seen them if you've seen the videos.
I've seen
them. I was responsible for getting them to sleep and whatnot. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna be late. I sat down at 8:29 and 30 seconds, and we hit go live.
Right on time, baby.
And that's just how. This is like so much. You don't realize how many shows start that way with somebody just taking care of something at home and jump on. Like, it's all us. We got nothing else. So you guys are we will never, ever forget the people who have been supporting since day one. So appreciate it.
Big facts.
But guys, of course, man, there's a couple things we want to get in touch or pretty much talk about, guys. Joe Shane, man, he stuck his head out of the hole like it's Groundhog Day, and I don't think he saw his shadow. And he spoke to the media. He was ducking no smoke. He was answering all the questions that were throwing at him. But guys, I want to ask you a couple things here. There's a lot of stuff you could take away from this press conference. And I'm gonna start with LFA here. Any quotes that kind of stood out to you, man, that you want to kind of address here from Joe Shane, brother?
Yeah. The one that got me was he was like talking about the roster, and it's a whole lot of he said nothing. But in general, the way he handles himself, his body language, I read that stuff, and there's just I just sense a guy that's unsure of himself and what he's doing. So that's why, like, I don't have a world of confidence in him. That's a big part of it, aside from the product on the field, which is more than enough. But when he said something about, we have, I forget the word he used, maybe like premier draft capital, something about his draft capital that he's got. And, referring to the 3rd overall pick and how he's got options to move up or down and whatever.
Resources. We have resources to improve the roster.
Thank you. That's the exact quote. And that bothers me a little. And it's like you're boasting on the 3rd overall pick, but we have that because we were so bad in year 3 with the roster that you put together, the quarterback position that you could not have messed up more. If you tried, you still haven't drafted a quarterback. We're in year 4 that now he has to. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
How did he glitch?
I could do this. I could do this for 10 minutes, but it's real good.
Hey, well, no, it's all like they all kind of leaked together, right? Everything he was talking about was kind of quarterback related, and I kind of want to go on another part of the quarterback talk where he says, he was asked about the quarterback position and how he's gonna, fill it. Is he gonna fill it with a veteran? Is he fill it with a rookie? He says, I'm for taking swings at that position. It's the most important position, and it's hard to find them. So keep swinging. How about you start swinging, Joe? How about you start swinging? Because you haven't taken one swing since you've been here. Because I don't even count the Daniel Jones. That's not a swing. No. They kept the status quo. And, he talks about how he was a quarterback in high school. His dad was a quarterback, and he loves the position. He loves it so much. And Dable's his quarterback guru. And you guys left the bat on your shoulder the whole damn time. And it just that quote opened itself up to all the taking 3 strikes, the third strike, the gifts on Twitter today. So it was pretty funny. Yeah. There's a lot to pick from. But, it's now, like you said, they have to take a swing here. And you force yourself into that position. And it's just, there's like we said last week, Jeff, there are options, but they're, none of them are golden. None of them are good, none of them are a guarantee, because either you're going to have to give up capital and money for Stafford. You have to take a chance on Rodgers if he even wants to come here. There's a chance on Fields. You might not get Cam Ward or Shador. There's all these potential ways it can go, but we don't know which way it's going to go. And you're forced into a tough position now. So, Joe, you did this to yourself. Joe, you got to figure it out. Take the swing, and you better connect, maybe even twice, bro. You might have to connect twice.
Agreed. And guys, really what I took away was one of the quotes, man, that he's going to be looking under every rock for a quarterback. And that kind of puzzles me a little bit, right? Because I go, man, looking under every rock, it's like, bruh, is this desperation now at this point? You're probably going to pull a trigger on someone that is a day 2, day 3 type of guy when you start looking at the Monroes or the Milrose and the Jackson Darts. Like, you're going to pull a trigger early just in case those top 2 quarterbacks are gone. Like, it just smells like desperation to me. And listen, guys, I'm trying to be positive. If you follow me on X, I try to put something positive here on the Giants. But when Joe Schoen talks, I just get scared a little bit here. I just go, I don't know. My hands go up a little bit. I'm like, it's like a crash I can't turn away from. I'm like, one of those. You get what I'm saying? With Joe Schoen here. So looking under every rock, just shows that it's desperation time for Joe Schoen. He understands he needs a quarterback because, again, he said it throughout and time again. It's a very important position to have. Very important position. It's a very important position no matter what in the league. We see it. But just don't reach if those top 2 guys are gone. Either get the best player available or trade back to go build your roster at this point here, Joe Schoen. Don't be desperate because, yes, we understand when we have Tommy DeVito on the roster here. But there's other options out there that you can be like, all right, this could be the filler until next year, a quarterback, which he also stated, hey, maybe this year, maybe next year we're looking at quarterbacks. Who knows? And I'm just paraphrasing there. So if that's the case, your top 2 guys are gone, do not reach Joe Schoen. Get your best player available or trade back. So that quote right there really, really just triggered me a little bit. It had me scared for Joe Schoen here for a second.
And there's a couple other things they said I want to throw you guys.
He's going to tease us.
He said
you're glitching a tiny bit.
Oh, wait. Did something happen?
You good.
Oh, okay. No, in regards to Stafford, he kind of deflected every question that came his way in regards to Stafford, which is, again, I don't know if he can't speak on it because there's still a lot going on with the Rams or what. But the one thing that stuck out to me was that he said, we're going to look for the best player available that can help us win games in 2025. Now, that to me doesn't scream like Shador Sanders or Cam Ward. That to me sounds like doesn't sound like a Jameis Winston or Justin Fields. It sounds like a Stafford, Rodgers, or a Cousins or somebody that's a veteran, because like they're more of a guarantee. That's how it felt to me when you say we need to win games in 25. And you're looking at it a certain way. What do you feel about it? How do you read that quote?
If you want to win games now, there's a couple guys that's not on that list. You know what I mean? And you said
that's what I'm saying.
Hell no. You say Jameis Winston? Hell no. You got to look at the Aaron Rodgers of the world if he's released. You got to look at the Russell Wilsons once he's out there and in free agency to see what he wants. Then you got to think about trading the farm and offering $50 million to a Matt Stafford at this point. But those other 2 guys, Jameis Winston and Justin Fields, shouldn't even be on the radar for Joe Schoen at this point. So if he wants to win now and still get a quarterback, then you better look at Rodgers and you better look at Wilson at this point, because there's no way you're going to trade for Matt Stafford and still get a young quarterback. You just won't do it unless it's probably round 2, but you're going to have to trade a lot to get Matt Stafford at this point, I think, unless it's a 3. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? So again, it's just so much. And if it's not the first round that you're trading away from Matt Stafford, and let's say it's a second round, then are you reaching for the Jackson Darts of the world? Again, desperation. So I don't know. Like just build your roster. Don't say these flashy words like we're winning now and preparing for the future tomorrow. I forget the exact quote he says, which is freaking insane at this point. Just go in there and be like, hey, man, we're going to try to build this roster with the best players available that are here for the capital we got. That's it. Because all these other flashy words just triggers the fans. It just goes, man, I don't like, Joe, you sure you know what you're doing here? You sure you have an idea what your plan is? Just go out there and be like, we're going to look for the Russell Wilsons of the world. We're going to look for the Aaron Rodgers of the world. Everyone else is no. If you want to win now, then go look at those guys and try to build your quarterback and hopefully go from there. Everything else is just null and void at this point. But forgive me, Hef.
No, a lot of it bothered me, but I get comments. And by the way, every time I criticize Joe Shane, I lose followers.
Yeah.
But like, I'm going to speak what I believe, and if something bothers me, I say it. And every time I tweet about global warming, which is once, I lose followers. So people are sensitive. And if you're leaving, then you were never my people in the first place. That's what I gotta say about that.
You know what? What disappoints me sometimes, like if you, again, guys, we're in this. I think our platform supersedes what we are really about. Like again, we wanted to communicate and talk to people and have fun with people of all Giants fans, but our platform is so, lack of a better word, big. But let's be honest, that people really just lay their hats on everything that we say and get offended. I lost day one people for saying certain things. And I'm like, man, you say it from day one. Like, you really that sensitive, man? So I understand fully where you're coming from, man.
Yeah,
I just think it's just so messed up, man.
How are you going to get upset with me for criticizing a GM that just went 3-14 in his third year? Like, as if I'm the problem. But anyway,
for real.
I don't care if you're not my people, if that's the case, whatever.
I respect that, man.
He doesn't seem to have, Joe Shane doesn't seem to have remorse for like decisions that he's made. He just like glosses over like massive mistakes. And because everything he's doing is like job preservation. He's trying to keep his job, which is what worries me about his moves for this year. I'm worried that he's going to trade a lot for Matthew Stafford and then pay him a lot. Because that would save his ass and that would get us 7 or 8 wins, which is probably enough to keep his job. But then we're still going to be 3rd or 4th in the division and missing the playoffs. So what is it for? You're doing that to save your ass instead of what's best for the Giants long term, which is stay cheap and build the roster. You know what I mean? Cheap veteran, rookie quarterback. Let him compete, figure it out, and that's it.
And in that case too, right? If they're that much of a short leash at this point, should have just fired them from the beginning. You should have just let them walk out the door from the beginning. Because again, this is looking like a 2-year process to me. If they can't get a quarterback, which I'm sure they will, I'm just saying hypothetically, if they can't get a quarterback and they can't show promise, these guys are out of here mid-season. So in that case, you got to go, man, like, should have just pulled the trigger then and just got a whole new team in here.
Because we are walking right into another Daniel Jones situation where you're going to bring in a new head coach and GM that didn't draft him. Then it's this whole, well, he's not their guy. Are they going to get their own guy? And it doesn't mean it can't be done, right? Like we saw it with the Cardinals and Josh Rosen. Kingsbury was brought in there. And they had drafted Josh Rosen with a high 1st-round pick. And he was like, nah, Kyler Murray is it. And they moved off a 1st-round pick in year 2.
Yeah, they did.
And granted, didn't necessarily work out there, but they were a functional offense. Like he got a much better quarterback, and you got to have the balls to do that. But I think the Giants got to be aware that Joe Shane should not have full reign to do everything, considering how hot his seat is. And he said something. He was asked about it, and he said, "No, I respect the Giants too much to go broke in free agency and all this shit to win games just for now." So I hope that's true. He said that in the past, not today. So I hope that part's true. Spiro, your video is much better. Welcome back.
Welcome
Thank
back,
you. Don't know what happened, but I like to be back here and stay here.
Hey, let me yeah, right. Let me say this, because another quote was that, hey, we're finally not in cap hell, right? That we could finally figure it out, and we can get some veterans and etc. in here to help this roster and build around if we draft a future quarterback. Correct me if I'm wrong, Speed. Maybe you'll know this, and Hef as well. I don't think we've been in cap hell for the past couple of years. Am I correct?
Not in hell. We've been spending a lot of money.
We've been spending a lot of money. So I'm just like, man, you're really going back to that, Joe? Like, Joe, like you got out of cap hell maybe about 2-3 years. Yeah, maybe,
it took a year. The first year,
right?
He was completely hands tied behind his back his first year.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, don't use that as an excuse. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, really, Joe? You going with that card? Like, dude, you signed these players now. This is your roster. It's no Dave Gettleman's here anymore. You can't blame it on the last GM. You know what I mean? Like, this is you.
Yeah.
Every contract is his. Yep.
It's you, man.
I think he's kind of saying that in the sense that, like, you know, Daniel Jones's contract, which again he signed, nothing's going to prohibit him right now. Like, you know, they've cleared. A lot of people were worried that, you know, this Daniel Jones contract was going to be this anchor around their neck for a long time, and that isn't really going to be the case. Like, we should have a good, by the end of you restructure one more, two more guys, you're 50+ mil, 60 mil. That's healthy. They're very healthy in regards to, you know, being able to spend this year. But you're right. Overall, like there was like a year, the first year that they were strapped, but they've been better than most going forward, and a lot of the shit was they're doing. So
wouldn't you say it's the slightest bit alarming that Joe Shane's best year was the year he wasn't allowed to do as much? Just saying. Year one. I mean, technically we've gotten worse every year that he's been here.
It's crazy, dude.
Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. Don't unfollow me. Don't unfollow me.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. All positive like, guys, I just want to say this. Going forward, yes, we're going to talk about the Giants and how we feel. But for me and me only, I am going to be optimistic. I'm going to be positive about this team, because what the hell am I to do? All right. That's just for me. But when you go to Hefe, he's going to give you a piece of his mind about what the hell's going on. He's like, screw it. I live in reality while Eli's in fan.
Well, Spiro lives in reality.
To Mr. Class full here.
Yeah. I promise to be sarcastic. I can promise to be sarcastic. Okay. Spiro will be probably the most down the middle honest.
I try. I mean, listen.
Well, now I don't know. You or Eli can battle it out for who's more optimistic. Spiro in the past. I mean, you are glass half full. It's kind of your brand.
Come on, guys. This is my shit. Like, don't take this from me.
But the Giants have broken your soul a little bit.
They have. They have. I will say this. Listen, there was being a little positive here. Like, one of the best things that we heard was nothing related to any moves. Andrew Thomas apparently is doing phenomenal in his rehab. He's out of the boot. He's working out already. And let's call a spade a spade. Andrew Thomas needs to play like 15+ games for this offense to have any chance. Like, we need our big boy to fucking stay healthy, stay in the field. He's missed over 50% of snaps the past 2 years. And that coincides with where we've been bad, dude. So it was it was great to hear that.
Real quick, he's not somebody that you can just replace, right? Like, when healthy, he is a top tier left tackle, super, super valuable. And when we talk about the very few great pieces we have, he's always in that conversation, right? It's him, Dex, it's Neighbors. It's a short list, and he's always on it. But he does have to stay healthy. And if he goes down, it can't be the end of the season. It can't mean that the fucking line can't function all year just because one guy goes down. So that it does speak to how poorly they've done elsewhere. But he also needs to stay healthy big time.
And another one.
He's the best guy, right? He's the best guy on the team, or one of the best guys on the team. But wouldn't you start to say, man, the best ability is availability, right? You got to start thinking to be like, bro, it's like, all right, we paid you all this money. We need to start probably looking at who's going to replace him at left tackle. I would start to look at that in the draft, bro. I would. Again, the best ability. We just said this about our quarterback, which we remain nameless that he was here because I don't want to bring that up. But we just said this about the quarterback we had. He wasn't available. So you got to start looking at Andrew Thomas and saying, man, where's the next Andrew Thomas? Because he's just not available. At this
There
point, I
aren't-
think you got to start looking at
yeah.
the draft and looking at free agency to kind of help that. More the draft, to be honest with you, in my opinion. Am I wrong?
Yeah, well, what Jeff said is true, though. There aren't just Andrew Thomases you could just pluck off the tree right there. This guy was considered one of the premier left tackles in the league. He's 26 years old. Those guys just don't come around, you know, and it sucks because we paid this guy.
If healthy, he could have 7 or 8 more years of that kind. Like those guys can last. If healthy, like Mark Peters, who just retired, he played 19 fucking years.
Yeah, dude. And you know what?
I mean, that's obviously an exception, but that's insane.
Yeah.
No, but there's guys that have been banged up early in their careers, and they just get over this injury bug, like these random things that are happening. And I just hope that we get this lucky for Andrew Thomas to just get over these nagging injuries. But like you said, at the end of the day, we have to have somebody that's a suitable replacement, and it can't be Evan Neal. You got to be. You have Jermaine Illuminor who can move over, and he was serviceable when he moved over. But then you have to have somebody good enough on the right side again to take over his spot. So
I'm so sick of shuffling the fucking deck.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Guys,
cross training and all that crap.
But also, real quick, Dexter Lawrence also healthy. Good news on that front too from Joe Shane. Two big boys. We need them healthy.
Guys, before the 9 o'clock.
It's almost 9
before the 9 o'clock hour. And then we're just gonna get a quick yes or no. If you want to break it down, it's fine. But the Titans are open to trading out of that number 1 slot there. You guys are buying. If you're Joe Shane, are you buying? Really? Go.
Oh no, that's not a yes. That's a. I'd like to go.
Can I go first?
Yeah, it means like I'm gonna blow my lid. Joe Shane, I will kick you in the fucking nuts if you trade a future first-round pick to move up anywhere. No, we will pay for your sins long after you're gone. Stop it. You are not allowed to trade up. You are not allowed to trade anything into the future when you won't be here. Stop it.
Okay.
No.
So are you out on Stafford too?
If a quarterback comes, and I know Stafford's on our list, and I want to talk about that. If a quarterback, one of those top 2 guys, falls to us at 3, you draft him. If they're both there, you pick your favorite, you turn the card in, and you get your quarterback. If they're both gone, then you get a defensive game changer, right? I think there's like 2 or 3 guys that you could consider at that spot, and you get a quarterback later and you sign a cheap free agent. That is the path. If the 2 quarterbacks go, you do not trade up for prospects that are not grand slam prospects. And this is why, to trade up from 3, so stupid to just waste a future first-round pick to move up a spot. No, it's so dumb.
What if it's a future second? You still saying no?
Or 3rd.
So swap picks and then a future 2nd or 3rd?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're going to ask for a first.
They might.
But here's, hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, the difference is if you're going from 1 to 3, you still can get an elite guy. If you go from 1 to 6, you're gonna get out of the elites, right? At that point.
I mean, they'd probably settle on like a 2nd and a 5th, right? If that's good. Like that's better, obviously. But I mean, again, we're a team that needs every draft pick, and we need to hit on every draft pick to have a chance. So, like, I'm not in favor of trading future draft picks for.
I get it, bro.
Right now for the Giants.
All right, guys, that is the air horns. It is 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock here. Hef, the floor is yours, brother.
We are so excited, and I got to credit Spiro because this started with Spiro. He put the wheels in motion. But we have something to show you really quick. Stay with us. Got a little something for you here.
Go on, get it. Go on, be somebody. Get out there and be somebody.
Be somebody. Yo.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
we are going.
They give us press passes. How the hell did this happen?
Listen, your boys are going to Green Bay for the draft for that first round pick. We are going to be there. We booked our flights. It's happening. We're going. It's going to be fucking epic, and we promise to document the whole draft experience to send you live footage of what's going on. We're just gonna have so much fun while we're there and bring you guys with us. We want it to be like you guys are going with us, and we're so excited to do that. So from here until the draft, right? And that's why I was so excited the super chats came in early from our day unos, right?
Guys are the best.
Is that everything from here on is to help get us there, right? and to get us this trip, right? It's a flight, it's a rental car, it's the hotel, it's everything. And you guys are going to send us there. And for that, we are bringing you with us. We're going to show you the experience. We're going to
go out there and be somebody.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for everything along the way. You guys have always been awesome at supporting. But right now, it's all about getting us to the draft. You guys.
Holy shit, a super chat.
You guys are unbelievable. This is. We're really grateful. We were on the phone for hours today, and we're just extremely grateful for this little community that we have. And we have big plans and big dreams, but like right now, super appreciative for everybody that we have. And you guys are the world to us. So thank you for this, and thank you for everything.
Hell yeah,
Craig.
Guys,
Hell yeah,
I don't
man.
think you understand, how I say this from the bottom
said.
of my heart all the time. You guys, without us, there is no without you, there is no us. Forgive me, guys. We are a very small podcast that do everything on our own. We have a life, we have kids, we have everything, but we still try to put on and be the voice for you guys. So thank you for everything that you have done and everything that you continue to do for us. It's very appreciative, guys. It's a blessing. Thank you so much. We don't take it for granted, and we hope to give you some great things over there at Green Bay, guys. So keep it coming in. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much, and of course, you guys are more than invited too. I'm just saying, you want to do it.
Oh, we got another. Mark B.
Let's go.
Sit the round of
You guys
applause.
are the best.
Hit the round of applause.
Listen,
Thank you so much.
we are gonna have hours and hours of content coming at you guys. We're gonna talk to Giants fans. We're gonna talk to Packers fans. We're gonna talk to everybody in between.
Look how great these guys are.
This is just gonna be an electric. We're only going for the most important pick, right?
We're just going round one, just the first pick.
Round one.
We're gonna be there. C's, thank you. You guys, this is everything to us. You are helping us get there because we're going to take you with us. So you help us. Jay, you have a phenomenal memory, Jay. It's true. I was in Florida. Fun fact, going to Florida the week before the draft and still just making this happen because it's what needs to happen. We just feel like we got to be there this year.
Yeah, this is a calling to us. I mean, the hope is that we are never picking this high again for a long time. Yeah, and I know I've said that a lot lately. Yeah, I've said that. We've all said that a lot lately. But this is a monumental pick. In our what we got?
Hero, you're right. I know you're trying to get through this, but there's no better way to get interrupted.
No, just keep going.
We love you, sis. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Presh.
Thank you.
And we don't care where we are and who we're talking to. We're gonna just have an awesome time. For better or worse, no matter what this pick is, you're gonna get our reaction live. It could be on national TV. It could just be on our little TV. You're gonna get it live.
Stay
one way or another.
Jay, stay tuned. It's another surprise we might have for y'all. Just saying.
So, guys, I made a promise in the banner, and we got to stay true to it. Usually, we like to, do the super chats in segments, right? Where we'll try to just save them up and then do them all at one time. But the deal is, if someone helps get us to the draft, we stop what we're doing. We feature it immediately. So just in case you got shit to do, we don't want you, waiting around. You send in a super chat, we feature it immediately. And you're helping us. You've already helped. You don't even understand. You've already helped.
Facts.
Every bit.
Facts.
Every bit. We're gonna go ape shit. I mean, listen.
Got you.
So what's the okay?
We're gonna get our ass on TV. We're gonna get on TV.
We're gonna find our way on TV. Hell or high water. We're going to get on TV. I know it. You'll see us, and they won't miss us. I tell you, if you're there, you will not miss us. We'll be dressed to impress. And listen, it's gonna be so hard. It's it's really going to be hard to mess up this number 3 pick, man. Like, you know the names. There's about 6 or 7
It can
names.
happen, Speed.
Oh, it can happen. It can happen.
happen.
I mean,
Speed.
I guess if we draft, say Jackson Dart, that's going to probably lose a lot of people.
That's
going to probably get.
That's Daniel Jones all over again. That's brutal.
Listen.
Or Genty.
How about partially naked in like a apron, huh? Maybe an apron.
Hey.
Would you like to? You guys let us know in the chat. Would you like to see us go? Show up in some kind of outfit. Like, would you rather see Shefe down there or us as ourselves? You let us know. But listen, this is my bad. C's already called me out. I said your shit will be auto featured. Granted, we didn't make the announcement yet, but C's sent this in earlier and I missed it. That's my bad. Not one reporter asked him about Evan Neal or what he would do differently. Our beat wide receivers haven't. Our
writers.
Sorry.
Yes.
Wide receiver iters.
Wide receiver iters.
Haven't held him accountable. Sidebar. I'm getting a Tommy's Tavern down by me. Dude,
hey.
Tommy's Tavern is fucking legit, dude.
We swear by it. Dude.
Thank you so much, C's. And listen, promise is a promise.
Oh, of course.
Oh, let's go, Scoop.
Hey, let's go, dude.
This is gonna be great. This is electric.
We've already talked to LPG.
Scoop is always on a scene. She's always on a scene, dude.
Yep.
And we want to be there with you guys. I'm sure LPG will be down there. Scoops will be down there. And any other Giant fan that's going, let us know because we want to meet up. We want to be in boots on the ground in the thick of it with you guys. So
hold on. I just want to say this really quickly because Sarge might be on to something. Yes, I think she will be there, Sarge.
I can't.
Might see heavy sweat here.
Live in the flesh. Okay.
You know what's going to be going through my head if she walks by us? I'm just be like, act natural. Just
Kay.
You're on our show. All right, I'll call me later. Okay. She's gonna be like,
you think she'll remember who we are if you see us?
Unsubscribe.
So I think she would remember, but I think she'll be so busy that it's going to be hard to get her attention. So all she hears is guys call her name everywhere she goes.
Right.
So we're just going to be another voice. We're another voice in the crowd. So unless she stops and focuses, holy shit, a super chat.
Holy shit, a super chat.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
What we got here? What we got?
Insane.
Oh, the curveball.
Curveball.
Wingman.
Let's see.
Thank you to the Spear. You want this one?
Okay, so going with the theme. Let's read it for the people that are listening via podcast too. We let them know. So going with the theme of February, Valentine's Day. Which New York Giant player from past or present would you want as your wingman? And congrats, guys, on going to Jeff. Thank you, Chris. As always, curveball, Chris, with a curveball question here. This is a tough one. E, do you know off the top of your head?
Man. You of course, man. You know the guy that you gotta he's gotta hold you down and be your wingman. Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz is suave.
Yeah.
Seems like he knows a little bit of Espanol too, so he can give you a little pointers like how to speak to her. Like, si, penaki mami. You know?
Stuff
like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So he can kind of help you out there and guide you through, be the perfect wingman. So Victor Cruz got my vote there, man. Hef, you got anybody, brother?
So I love that answer, but Victor Cruz would then obviously get the girl of his choosing, and I'm trying to bring someone in this hypothetical. So I'm going to bring Daniel Jones because, 6'5" Daniel Jones, he's going to get some attention. He's very rich. He'll probably pay for everyone at the bar. He better, right? He better pick up the tab.
Yeah.
But he's also awkward and stuff where I could probably still get the first choice is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing, and I might have to be his wingman to help him talk to girls. But Daniel Jones, I'm bringing.
Nah, listen, man. If you confident in yourself, brother, you don't need to worry about. Give me my guy Victor, man. We'd be like high five and having a good time.
You guys would clean up, Spiro.
Clean sheet for me, and I said this, I think, for another question of CK's back in the day. Like my guy, I want to go with a party guy, and party guy is Jeremy Shockey. Shockey's going to probably round up about like a group of 10 chicks. And then, I'll get to pick, like he'll take 2 or 3 or 4 and I'll I'll get my pick of still something good. It'd probably be a bunch of
should be a crowd.
Right?
Should be a crowd.
Yeah.
Right? Two sevens make 14. It's okay, right?
Listen, as long as you
over the 10, it's over the 10.
As long as you close the deal before he inevitably starts a bar fight.
Right. Well, you got to make your conversations fast, and I think we're gonna have a good time no matter what. And there's after party. Like he seems like an after party kind of guy too. So I'm riding with Jeremy Shockey. Me and him are gonna go out in the town and
he was on my short list. That was one of your better curveballs, Chris.
I like it, Chris.
Sterling Shepard is his answer, man. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, he seems smooth.
He's smooth. Daryl, thank you, brother.
Oh,
Daryl, appreciate you, my man.
Daryl, man, we appreciate you, man.
Eli, you want this one?
Do you guys think Shane Bowen gets who he wants in the draft this year to fit his defense?
Sure, I hope so.
What is his defense?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, it's his defensive scheme is really supposed to be the attacking, how we used to see in the Giants, the front attacking, and then it kind of holds off to what we see. So I really do think, man, I think he goes a little bit out the norm. I really do think they'll get a cornerback. Like it's just been so terrible. I think he'll just go out his norm of getting those guys in the trenches, and he'll go get a cornerback and actually try to complement either the CB1 or maybe Banks, or maybe move Banks over. So it's just so much that he can do. But I think he'll go out the norm of not drafting in the trenches. So we'll see. What do you guys have in mind?
Are you saying with the first? Are you saying with the first pick?
No. I'm thinking later round. Sure.
Okay. Oh, you're saying You're saying not Travis Hunter. You're not talking about Travis Hunter here.
This later. This is like third, second round. I think something will happen.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, and it's tough, man. It's tough to judge Shane Bowen because he played the entire year with not like very rarely did he have a guy of his own choosing to run the defense he wanted. Like you said, he runs a certain kind of defense. I don't know what it is yet. We're about to find out next year, but I think he's 100% going to have a say in either the first or second round pick because depending on how it shakes out, we're taking a defensive guy. Either I don't think we're going to go back-to-back defense. Like if we go defense at 3, I think you see like an offensive position in round 2. But if we go quarterback at pick 3, I think defensive tackle is the prime spot because this draft is loaded with them. And that's going to be a guy, Shane Bowen. It would be weird to not get his say on a defensive player, and I think he does get his final say with one of these first 2 picks for sure.
You don't think corner? I think there's
no, but you got to go. Yeah, but I think we take care of corner in free agency. I think you go, you hit it there, and then you could take another corner later in the draft. But defensive tackle next to Dexter Lawrence was a problem. Was a huge problem. And this draft is so heavy in 2 positions, running back and defensive tackle. Like there's a couple of other good ones, but those are the heavy ones. So I want to hit defensive tackle in that second round spot. It lines up perfectly. You're getting a first round talent there, most likely. And then running back in like the 4th round, give or take, 4th, 5th round, you can get a stud there, pair with Tracy. And that helps solidify 2 positions, right? Running back and defensive tackle at that point, you're feeling good about it. Dexter Lawrence and whoever, a high-end rookie, Tracy and another rookie there, you're feeling good about those 2 spots. And that's my way I'd play it.
Cool.
I dig it.
No, I'll cut you off. I apologize.
No, you're good. I'm fine with going heavy on the defense if it's 2 out of the first 3 rounds, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not a big like drafting for a scheme necessarily. Like get the best defensive player that doesn't need a scheme to be good. You don't want to be stuck with a guy that doesn't fit in the next guy's scheme because everybody's on a hot seat.
Got that base. Got that base. That's exactly it.
Exactly right. I'm a scorned lover. I'm worried about everything. No, I don't trust nobody, and I want to see just a home run draft. If he can put a draft that has as much promise as this most recent year, then that's what we need.
It would feel good going forward, right? Like that would make 2 straight drafts. Like so, you're like, all right, something's changed. He's finally getting it now. Like if he could put together a good draft here,
it would be the most optimist. There are fans out there, and I saw some comments say like, no, he had no room. He had no room to do anything as year 1, year 2, the injury. year 3 was a great draft. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it at this point. Like, go ahead. What would it take for him to keep his job? Because he's up against it so bad in our division.
Yeah.
You're missing your QB 1 and 2 on your roster. How are you supposed to compete in this division?
And you don't have a quarterback.
You don't have 2 quarterbacks. How are you
insane?
You got to teach 2 quarterbacks your offense.
Let me ask you about this though. Quarterback. Speaking about quarterbacks, if by chance we get a Matt Stafford and we say we trade a 3rd round pick for him this year and a 2nd rounder, a conditional 2nd next year if he plays X amount of snaps. It was mentioned today by Joe Shane that he liked the Falcons model, or he was okay with it essentially, in that they signed Cousins for big money, and then they still took Penix because their guy fell to him at 9. So in a world where we trade for Stafford, are you still taking Shedeur Sanders at 3? If that's like, and your process is the room's fixed at that point theoretically.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm still taking.
You good with that?
I'm still taking Shedeur, hands down. You still got to get a young quarterback, even if let's say if those 2 guys are gone, Cam and Shedeur 1 and 2, right? Then you can easily trade out that spot, right? At least you hope. And then round 2, then you look at a developmental guy like in Jackson Dart, because you still got the insurance policy in Matt Stafford. And listen, on the contrary of what people say, I like the film. I look at Dart and I like what I see. You know what I mean? I think he has a very high ceiling. You know what I mean? The guy can run. The guy has a good arm. Not great, but the guy can read defenses pretty well. I think he can develop into something good, especially with his feet. I love the way he moves in that pocket. I love the way he eludes the pressure. So that's what really excites me now, the fact that our O-line's a little bit of you know what I mean? He moves better than Shedeur Sanders, if you ask me. You know what I mean? So I think that's a great get, man. If those 2 guys are gone, you go do that. Yeah, absolutely. You got to do it. You got to do it.
It speeds up the process, right? Like it scares me a litthis is what they've done to me, is that I don't just trust them like Matthew Stafford. If you do that and you go get him, that's your starter for 2 years. And so you're then talking about Shedeur or Cam not playing until their 3rd year. So we're missing out on half of the advantage of a rookie contract already. That's why
there's downsides.
So I've moved out of the trade for Matthew Stafford. I'm just trying to lower because even with Matthew Stafford, my honest feeling is that we're still 4th in the division.
Oh,
so why then? Why do that?
Yeah.
No, that would be rough. You're not lying, Hef. You're not lying.
He's great.
Because you trade for that guy to win now, right, Hef?
Exactly.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah. Like when he went to the Rams, he was that piece for the Rams went all in. They traded for Matthew Stafford when they had a window. They had a roster. We don't have neither of those things. We got hot seats. That's what we got.
Hef, you changing my mind. You definitely changed my mind.
I was very excited.
That's a damn good point.
I was very excited at the promise of Matthew Stafford. It would give us a bona fide quarterback, a real quarterback, right? There's no question marks. Like, he's smart. He can make every throw. He's got a feel for the game, and he's what you want. He's no problems, right? That's fine. You put that guy. The Giants are better immediately with him, but how much better? This is a 3-win roster. He probably gets us to 7 or 8 wins. I think you can win games with him and Malik Neighbors and Tracy, and hopefully do enough to improve around the team. That'll get you 7, 8 wins. That's improvement. But in the end, what does that matter after a year? Now you have a middle draft pick. You're no better in the division, really. I don't know. Like, I'd rather go cheap on the veteran if we're going to draft.
Let me ask you this, man. Looking at it, is the offense looking better than the defense right now as far as the roster? Would you say that? So would you say that at this point?
Are you saying with staff? I mean, like, we don't have.
Yeah, well, overall. Yeah. Overall, like, it's position, like the group right now, is the offense has better talent than defense. You would say? Does it look better?
The offense has the most talented player, but I still think the defense has more all-around talent. Is what I would say.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah, the front set, because like you have Burns, Dex, theoretically KT, and you know, if Deontay Banks could, okay, like you have some like 4 or 5 good players, whereas offense, you really have just Tracy and Neighbors and Thomas, I guess, if you want to say Thomas. So that's 3, and 1 star. But like
they're top heavy on the offense.
Yeah. But here's the thing: quarterbacks make up for so much bad shit, and that's why you want to take a chance on a quarterback, because nobody had Jaden Daniels coming in and leading the Commanders to how many wins last year. They didn't have a great roster. Like, you didn't go into it before they got Jaden saying, "Hey, this team's a quarterback away," and they're going to be. We didn't say that. So like a quarterback helps keep your defense off the field. It helps keep the chain moving. It puts points on a board. It gives your team confidence. It makes up for holes that you don't like. You have holes that you thought were bad, but hey, this guy, he made your wide receiver 2 hole a little less worrisome. He made your safety hole a little less. That's what a quarterback can do.
Where is your safety hole?
Pause, bro. Pause, bro. Y'all doing too much. This is white boy humor. What is this?
I'm sorry.
This is pause. This is like when you asked me that question at the bar. Pause, man.
I didn't even have a comeback for that. I couldn't even say. My brain just stopped.
I'm so sorry. And listen, I gotta stay true to my promise. C's had a funny one here, and I don't want him to beat me up or call me out again. Joe Shane struggled to open his high school locker.
He's clueless.
Yo, he's just listen. It sucks, man. He's a punching bag.
Did you just snort? Did you just snort?
I did.
Oh, good.
I don't
God.
envy the spot that he's in, dude. He's like he's in a no-win situation. But here I got one more thing to ask about this, because there was one thing I think that Joe Shane said that we kind of agreed with, right? He said that when talking about Shedeur Sanders throwing at the combine, because the combines happened this weekend, and he's not throwing. And he said, it doesn't really matter, right? He didn't find it as a game-changing decision one way or another. He said, all right, you know what? It's okay, because I'm going to watch him throw at his pro day with people that he knows he can throw to. It didn't move the needle either way for him. He's going to still talk to Shedeur. He's going to still talk to Cam. So I think. And
another thing,
what are your thoughts on that?
He said he did extensive research on these guys, so they seen them in action at this point. So if they're not throwing at the combine, it's not the end of the world for at least Joe Shane. I don't think any GM right now, guys. We're in a climate where, come on, like the combine is just to measure how fast you are and how high you can jump. Everything else is just the agility. Everything else is just all right. That's extra, for oohs and ahs. You know what I mean? So a quarterback throwing, it doesn't. Look what it did to the guy. I think he threw a bomb at the combine for the Patriots. He's the second quarterback there. What's his name?
Milton.
Milton. I'm sorry, Milton. Yeah, dude. He threw bombs and looked great at the combine, man. Well, I was like, man, he got an arm. Holy shoot! And this guy can't even play the game. I mean, he's all right. He's a QB too.
He's a backup.
He's a QB too. Yeah, he's a QB too for sure. You know what I mean? But he's not going to be anything more than that, in my opinion, at this point. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So what are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we doing here? I think Zach Wilson was also at the combine.
That's how Zach Wilson got.
And he freaking threw bombs and looked great. He's not. Where's he at? What team is he on? I have no idea. You know what I mean? So again, it doesn't make or break them at this point. And all the top guys didn't throw at the combine that you see. So, it shouldn't be a deal breaker. I'm actually happy that GMs are starting to pay attention to stuff like that, because all the media is like, "Oh my God, they're not throwing," and all the fans, "Why they're not throwing?" I knew it. Like I look at Shedeur's not throwing. They're like, "Oh my God, Shedeur, this is dad. I knew it. He's so." I'm like, "Shut up!" Like this is the day and age. These top QBs just aren't going to throw at the combine. You're not going to see it. You're just not. Pretty dope.
They don't have a whole lot to gain. I get it. It doesn't bother me. Like they don't have too much to gain by doing it. They're still going to get to have their pro day where they're comfortable throwing to guys they know. They're still going to show out for their these NFL guys. But I don't think their draft stock can go up much from where it is. They're both projected top 3 picks for the most part.
Right. So
I would bubble wrap it and just say sorry and move on. So it doesn't bother me. I get it, and I would advise them to probably do the same.
Yeah, and you think about like the guys that should be throwing are the guys that are in going to go projected in the 4th round or 3rd round, or maybe even the 2nd round. If you throw enough like flashy passes, hey, you might convince a guy that wasn't really thinking you as a 1st round pick. Hey, maybe I'll go 1st round now. But if you're a top 5 pick, like you said, Jeff, already, what's to be gained? You're throwing to receivers that you don't know. If you're a Cam Ward, You think you're ready at QB1 already. Why risk that by looking shitty on a national stage? Do it at your pro day, throw it to your guys that and you have all your conversations, you do all your measurables, and save for Shador. And it's kind of like, I think they're boys, so they came to agreement. Like, if one wasn't going to do it, the other one shouldn't do it. Like, you're already top 3. Let's just chill and let's save it for our pro days. And Dion wants that too. Dion wants that for Colorado.
You know who's like Jackson Dart, right? A projected second round talent.
Yep.
He is a perfect guy to go show out at Combine because should he put on a show, right? He might be the top rated QB prospect left after those guys don't throw. And so he's got a chance to go from a second round to now, a QB hungry team picking in the teens or 20s is going to be like, fuck it, let's take him. You know what I mean? Like that's the difference it can make for a guy like that.
Milroe could throw a 70-yard bomb, like, and it could just convince one GM, hey, listen, I thought he was a third rounder, but now he's a second rounder in my book, or something like, that's kind of jump that you need. And Ewers, another guy, Sarge, thanks for that. Like, those are the kind of guys that need to take that step up, and it's gonna be fun. Combine week is fun because it starts really heating up the draft talk. The GMs start talking to each other. That's where trades happen all the time. We might get a Stafford move here. I don't know. Like, we might in free agency is right in the backside. So it's going to be a fun start to the NFL year here, and I'm excited for this week, man.
Listen, I'm excited to see it, man. But guys, I'm going to get into another couple more topics before we get the heck up out of here. Another thing that made the news, man. Of course, we're a Giants podcast. We're a New York podcast, right? But Plaxico Burress, man, sold his Super Bowl ring, and it had fans in an uproar with different opinions and emotions. I just want to go around the room. I'm gonna start with so Hefe here because you're giving me the Jalen Brunson.
I'm laughing because like I said, I was rushed to get to the show, so like sometimes we have some notes or just bullet points, topics we want to hit on, and I didn't see how Spiro worded the next topic until just now. Yeah. And I'll just tease it. Like we're talking about we got Plax, right? Then we got something, and then Steve Smith was in the news a lot.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Steve Smith banging another man's wife. And I just
smashing another dude's wife. Wife? He's like question mark. So you got to say Steve Smith smashing another dude's wife.
Like I was just expecting regular topics, and then just to come across that tickled me. I'm sorry, Spiro, you got me.
He's great.
That's
all right, Plax, guys.
Eli,
I'm sorry.
That's me. That's completely my fault.
You know what? Let's talk about Steve Smith first.
Okay,
that's hilarious. Let's talk about. I was going to try to end the show that way. Thank God, Speed put this in an order that he knows me by now. But hey, let's do this. Hey, showbiz. Steve Smith, man, smashing another dude's wife. Dude, listen. Let me tell you. I don't think we need to question anymore with the amount of evidence this woman's husband came out with. Good God, Steve Smith.
Lord.
I don't know what he was. Listen, man, let me say this. I'm sorry. I'll go. If you don't mind, I'll go first. If you don't mind.
Yeah, go.
Touchy subject. All right. I get it. We're outside looking in. But, man, when you got a dude, like I heard of a woman scorn. But when you got a dude that scorn, this dude is putting his phone number online, talking about, yo, man, why'd you do it? And Steve Smith's just like, sorry, bro. Like in his country accent that he has. And he got Steve Smith is smiling, giddy in every picture. Also, he is very flagrant and very fresh with his mouth talking to this woman. Dude, I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to say this to the husband. He's been smashing your wife for a minute, for a hot minute. And you just finding out a couple days ago. I'm telling you right now. They were talking like they've been together for a minute. It was too comfortable. That's something we did. Like, we talk to our wives or something that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude been talking to her for a minute. Bruh, I don't, Steve, you wilding out here, man, because I think you got a family too, bro. So you wilding out here. Get it together, Steve. Get it together, Steve. But go around the room. What you got?
Dude, it was. I was just reading the quotes again, and
That is gonna be our thumbnail. That's gonna be our thumbnail right there.
Yo, that's the worst angle to
sorry.
take a selfie. What are you
I
doing?
know,
Bro,
dude.
what is that? He got the the chin going on. He looking like a Ninja Turtle.
Yo, his
Like what the
cheek-
hell is
his-
he? Donatello.
His cheeks have cheeks. What is
Word,
happening?
like,
That's how
look
you.
like,
Yeah,
looking like
That's how you know
Chippendale
it's
Rescue
real.
Rangers and shit. Like this
That's how you
dude
know
looking
it's real, dude.
crazy right now in this look. What is this?
Did he even come out and say like no? Like he didn't. I don't think there was any denial on either part. They're like, yeah, this is it. This happened. It was, dude. There was some nasty text up in there that he found out, and that guy went straight to calling Steve Smith and trying to confront him. And it seemed like this dude was ready for his 15 minutes of fame too. He was ready. Like he's like, I'm a nobody. I'm going out of this world as a nobody. But I'm going to take down Steve Smith with me if I can. And he tried his best. And so this lady
down, baby.
Did it?
Yeah,
Did he though? I mean, did he take? People are kind of like, wow. I mean,
No,
they
it was
know he's
kinda-
kind
it
of
was kinda
crazy,
sad.
so you can't
It
really
was kinda
cancel
sad.
someone who's crazy already.
Yes.
he apparently this chick was like the Baltimore Ravens like band leader or something like that, or band
nuts.
Yeah, something crazy like that. And
She
it
playing the
just-
horns.
Yeah, and he hasn't played
Literally
That,
in a figure.
yeah, he is. You're right,
dude.
Yo, but
She's playing the horns, literally and figuratively, metaphorically. She's doing everything.
he's been tromboning her for a while.
Oh my god,
I
bro!
see what you did there.
Thank you.
Oh shoot, this is crazy.
Damn, bro.
This is crazy.
I mean, so
I got nothing else to say.
That was yeah. It was a fun little midweek, early week like story to get us through. Poor guy, man. He's his life is forever changed, and I'm gonna be interested to see how it plays out the rest of the way.
Very good. Very good.
Very good there. Very good. Very good, Sarge.
All right, next topic. Sorry, guys.
All right, listen, guys. Plaxico Burress sold his Super Bowl ring, man. Had fans in uproar saying, "Oh man, he's broke. He's this. Oh, it's crazy how players do to this, that, and the third." Again, I'll take the lead if that's okay.
Yeah. See, what's your opinion on this?
Let me say this, man, and I'm looking right to my camera for this, guys.
Get deep in there.
Outside looking in, we don't know what anyone's going through, whether it's financially or they just want to do something for charity. We don't know. Okay. So immediately to think someone is broke, whatever the case is, messed up. There's a lot of players that actually do this, whether they're in financial hardship or they just want to donate some of that money to charity, guys. Okay. But let me tell you this. That little memento called a Super Bowl ring is just a memento. All right. It's just a reminder to say, yes, you have won the Super Bowl. But Plaxico Burress is cemented. He doesn't need that. That's like us taking a logo. If we had a nice trophy of it and we decide to sell the New York Revival logo, what are you going to be like? These guys are broke. We're New York Revival. We're cemented.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? We're legendary. You get what I'm saying? So same thing goes for Plaxico. He's cemented. He's forever a champion. That can't be taken away. He's etched in history of football history forever. So if he decides to sell that ring, that's on him, man. I just know I wish him nothing but peace, blessings, loves, plaques. We love you up here, man. You are a legend. No matter what, you could go through any store in New York City, and I'm sure you can get a slice of pizza, a free meal for the rest of your days, and you don't have to wear that Super Bowl ring at all. But all the people, man, looking at it, talking about he's this, you got to learn financial literacy. Shut up. Shut up. I'm sure if people had that kind of money in their life, they wouldn't know what to do with it either. All right? Shut up. All right? Let that man figure it out and kind of go from there, man. So that's all I got to say about that.
Right on.
Jeff, you want this?
Go ahead, Spi.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, Plaxico was selling this for what? Just so from some context here, he was selling it for $280,000, which was the most a Super Bowl ring has ever been sold for. So good. I mean, good on him, first of all, for getting that much. But like, as you said, and again, I'll reiterate what Lawrence Tyne said, a teammate of Plaxico Burress. He said, I've worn my ring 10 times, over the course of how many years. Some guys don't really need to have a ring, like you said, to be considered a champion. And if you're wearing this ring once in a blue moon, but the 280K could change, make a big decision for you or help you out at the time of need, so be it, man. So be it. That's your ring. You earned it. You did what, and Lord knows Plaxico earned it, man. He was one of the reasons that we won, main reasons why we won that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So let that man do whatever he wants because he's got the memories of the Super Bowl in his mind, and we have those memories too. So everywhere he goes, like you said, he is a champion. He doesn't need to wear a flashy ring once every 2-3 years to be considered a great, and I'll never forget that man. I'll never forget that man. So, for some good, some bad ways, but I will always remember that catch in the end zone to my dying day.
Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York. I can still quote that.
Let that man do his thing.
You do. None of our business. I never seen him wear the ring. It's up to him what he does with it. 280. If we had something to sell for 280 grand, we'd probably do it too.
Selling it.
We didn't have 29 million in career earnings, but still, it's and I get what Tynes is saying though. Like, and at an annual Giants event, you might wear the ring here and there,
right?
But we don't know what he's been going through or how many people he's putting through college in his family, or that shit gets expensive is when you become the cash cow and you're not making NFL salary money anymore. You're doing events and pop-ups. I don't know what else he's doing. So you never know, right? He could have done that just to pay for somebody's mortgage, what they have left on his house. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to touch the other money. Let me sell this thing. I don't need it. Who knows? Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me. What makes him a champion is that play you just talked about. It ain't the ring. The ring is a gift. That's all.
Agreed, man.
Well, and
guys,
Rich, how Rich puts it in a very well said way. Just don't get caught selling your wedding ring. Otherwise, it's your ass.
Never.
So,
shout out to you, Rich. You're right.
Yes. Luckily,
you wouldn't live to see it, right?
No, and men's wedding rings are not expensive at all. It's the women's ring that are.
It's the ones, bro. Trust me. Mine's is like I can get a quick $30 one real quick.
Yeah, right.
All
I wear is like the rubber ones now. I don't even wear the ring, which was I think $100 by the way.
Yeah, right. Listen, I switched mine. I had the it was 80 at the time or something like that. Then I got the rubber joint. I get like 3 of those because they wear off pretty quick.
Different colors.
And I lost one. I just got one again.
You can get a 4-pack for $3 or something, and they're comfortable. And if it's black, like it just looks good. I like that one. That's the one I wear most of the time. I don't even wear it most days. I work from home. What the hell do I need to wear a ring?
Right.
So my wife's gonna be like, "You better put it on."
Put that shit on.
Yeah, put that shit on.
Put that shit on.
You can't go to Green Bay with that shit. You better put that shit on. In Green Bay.
I'm answering every phone call, everything. It doesn't matter. Middle of the night, it doesn't matter. You got to do what you got to do. But guys, really quick, man, before we get out of here, the Tush Push. Green Bay is trying to ban the Tush Push. You guys are with that? Yes or no? Maybe so. Glass half full. Go.
Yeah, no, they're putting up the vote. Green Bay was the first one to say that they're out. It's bitch made, in my opinion. I don't agree with it. If you just gotta stop it. Learn how to stop it. And all these teams could do the same thing that Philly does, but they just don't do it well enough because they're not suited to do it well enough. And it's a football play. You are gaining the yards, and until someone stops them or figure out a way to stop them, I don't know. Let it ride, in my opinion. What about you, Jeff?
You could argue that the push got even better when they added Saquon because that dude can squat like 5,000 pounds.
Facts.
But in my heart of hearts, I think what supersedes logic is hatred for the Eagles. So fuck them, ban it now.
Listen, I'll say that too. I'm a piggyback cafe. Yes, ban it now because it's the Philadelphia Eagles. But I would say the contrary here. I would say if everyone in the league knew how to do it, they'll do it. This is the reason why the Giants try to do it, and everyone got hurt on the goddamn team.
We lost 3 players
and we got stuffed. We didn't even pick it up.
Yes. Yeah. I think
that is the most Giants thing ever.
Exactly. So I think the fact no one can duplicate that, they're like, damn, because the league's a copycat league. They're like, damn, we can't do it. So guess what? Nana boo boo. Stick your head in doo doo. You can't do it either. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Nice.
That's what that is right there.
I think the Falcons actually just said, Raheem Moore said if it comes to vote, he's going to vote against it too. So there might be some legitimacy about this thing actually being overturned. So it'll be interesting to see, man. That changes. Think about it. 4th and 3 or less was automatic for the Eagles. Automatic and or if you're like third and goal from the 3 or in, automatic. So that changes everything if you can't get those plays. So it's a big part of their offense.
Sons of bitches, and they made it up. It's like the Wildcat coming to fruition. It was down in a God rest his soul. Tony, it was Sperano, I believe. Was it Tony Sperano?
Yeah,
what was his name?
Yep. Miami.
God rest his soul, man. And he got the Wildcat going, and it was like, how the hell you stop that thing at one point? Remember? And they got
it was Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams, bro, and they were dominating.
I don't even say this to like try to kibosh them or anything, which would be fine if it happened. But how has Jalen Hurts not gotten injured or nicked up like once?
I don't know.
You're like, putting him into a car. You're thrusting him into a car accident, basically.
I know.
What was this guy fucking made of?
With all the biggest guys in the field, like
exactly.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. Injured. We tried it once.
It's the Eagles and we're the Giants.
Absolutely, but did you see the replay on that? It's like it's not just like a chaos. It's literally intricate, like how the point of attack and the gaps and everything. It's very intricate at how they do it. If you ever see it in slow motion, like
he's
it's
not just jamming his head up the ass, right?
Like dude, like the Giants were just jamming people's like they were just jamming head up asses. Like that's what
they're like. Okay, let's go.
They're like head first. Like these dudes. That's what happened with the Giants. That's what
the Eagles put their shoulders down and they make you your bitch.
Yeah, we got AJ back there, Goddard. They got Saquon. We got some men back there pushing. We got like I don't know.
I'm just saying. Listen, try to stop it. I don't think they should ban it. It's exciting to see, and I understand. Listen, I lost about 100 followers saying I want to see Saquon win a Super Bowl or win or something like that. Trolling. I don't even want to say, hey, it's exciting to see because I'll lose another 100 and really put y'all off. So let's take it back there. So guys, yes, let's wrap this up, man. Talking some Knicks basketball. They ain't ready. There's no reason for me to talk even further. Knicks ain't ready. I'm sorry. They got a lot of stars on that. There are a lot of stars there, but they can't beat the stars when the lights is on. Knicks ain't ready. I don't need to talk no more after that. Hef, what you got? I'm sorry.
Damn, that was pretty blunt, Eli.
Okay.
Pretty blunt. But you ain't wrong. Ready. I mean, we've a talented starting five, but we are just not in the same class as Boston, or certainly not Boston. And we haven't beaten Cleveland this year. I would like to see us with Mitch back and see us at full strength. That is our starting center, right? And that's a big lineup when you get him back. OG becomes your 3. Like that's a pretty big lineup. And then you're bringing Josh Hart off the bench, which is kind of more like where he kind of naturally should be, but he's been playing such an important role for the Knicks. But now he's getting banged up because of all the minutes and how he plays. So I would love a deep playoff run. I don't know exactly what they're missing, but they're missing something because the Boston is just so much more talented and better.
Yeah. Let me walk you guys off a ledge a little bit. Okay, what we're talking about is the Knicks aren't a top 3 team. Like we would beg for talking about the Knicks like this for decades before this year. And I know. Like we brought in Towns, we brought in Bridges. With that comes new expectations. I get that, but we're talking about still this Knicks team could be the 4th best team in the league still. Like and right
Spi,
there, you're just throwing.
I'm sorry, Spi. I'm gonna stop you right there. Yes, they sucked in the past. I get it. Yes, we should be grateful that they're winning basketball games, right? We get it, and they're in the playoffs. But you got these people in here, and Cat, Bridges, all these people in there to compete and actually elevate yourself from the last playoff. We've seen it when they went toe-to-toe with Boston and they lost. We've seen it. I don't want to hear like you're supposed to get better. If they cannot beat these guys now, if they can't, this dude Thibodeau needs to be on a chopping block. You got better.
You got better. I agree with that. Well,
you can't sit here and tell me and say, "Well, we got to still root these guys. We would have been cheering forever for you." No, listen. You just crossed over to be a Knicks fan, Speed. You just crossed over. All right, we're talking about years of disappointment and heartbreak. So when we're there, we need to be there. We need to continue that success, especially that we like. I'm stuttering. That's how upset I am. I'm sorry. That's how upset I am. But we need to continue that success especially after we got that far. You got better players. Are you kidding me?
Is the season over tomorrow? Is the season over in 1 month? Is the season over in 2 months? What the
Speed,
fuck?
with the way they've been
does
playing,
a
did you see the
matchup
spread?
in February? What
Did you
does a
see the
matchup
spread?
in February matter? It doesn't matter.
Did you see the
It doesn't
spread?
matter.
Dude, they're getting ran out the building. They're getting
Okay.
30
Okay.
points. Are
And-
you kidding me?
Okay, so
They can't
still
beat
didn't
the
have.
elite team they're supposed to beat. They got to face them in the playoffs
They're
later.
not supposed to beat them. They're not supposed to beat them. They're
You
not
got
better than
in
Boston.
talent. You got
They're
better
not better
in
than
talent.
Boston.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
listen.
That's what you got, Cat, and the rest of them for to go beat Boston. Now you got Cleveland Cavaliers in play. How you gonna beat them?
Do you know what happens?
Come on, Speed.
So
Got me drooling here.
did you remember the 1990 Jordan teams? Do you think did Jordan go to the finals his first year? No. Did he go to the finals his second year? No.
And guess what they did? They got Scottie Pippen. They got all the people to make them better.
Yeah. Teams got to fight through a lot of adversity to get there. So this is their first year this team put together.
They got a better roster. Are you kidding me,
what do you get with the more you play with each other? You gel. And you know how to rotate. And Jeff, to answer your question, Jeff, to answer your question, what they need, they need to learn how to play together defensively. Because how many times do we see them switching off screens and KT is just sloughing back all the time? He's sloughing back, drop coverage. That they could change this because they have good defensive talented players on this roster. And especially when Mitch Robinson gets back, you find yourself a rim protector that you so desperately need. Because if you can't play great perimeter defense without a guy behind you that you know is going to clean up your mistakes. And they haven't had that all year. So you get a Mitch Robinson back and you learn how to rotate better. You learn how to play defense better. Is it going to happen this year? I don't know. But that's what needs to happen. Their defense needs to be able to stop people on the perimeter. And they didn't do that against Boston. They didn't do that against Cleveland. And they didn't do that against the OKC, the Thunder, because all they did was get beat off the dribble and the kick out, and it was wide open every time. So, yes. Are they the fourth best team? Yes. Can they potentially beat Boston and Cleveland? Right now, it doesn't look like it. But you got 2 more months to figure this shit out, bro. 2 more months.
You sound good and you look good doing it, brother. You got a head coach that's supposed to be defensive minded. So if one person goes down, it's supposed to be seamless for the next person to come in there and play defense. They just don't got it.
Their bench is not good.
I'm sorry to interrupt your program, but FA made a promise about super chats, and we have one from
Holy shit, a super chat!
the legend himself, Tuto, which means zero.
Don't apologize.
Zero. I'm gonna need you to take a quick break from yelling at Eli to read this super chat, please.
Salutes and respects to NYR fam and crew and all diehard Giants fans across the pond. Greetings from our entire rugby team currently training in North London, I want to say. And F all the boys losers, including Saquon Shorty. Tuto, you're the best, man.
The best language in all the world. Tuto, if you didn't see the banner on the bottom where you just joined, we are going to the NFL draft this year, and we're taking everybody with us. And what the banner says down there is that any super chats are going right towards this trip, this journey that we're going on, the flight, the hotel, the rental car, all of it. It's going right. Maybe some beers. It's going right towards all of that. So
he gave us press passes.
It means so much, and we really appreciate you, Tuto. So thank you, man.
You're the best, Tuto.
I can't believe it. We made it. Spi
after
our engage of arguing here, which is awesome.
That was fun. That was fun.
That was fun. That was fun, man. That was fun.
North London, I want to say.
North London.
You sound like you're from London.
Yeah.
So, guys, really quick, of course.
Wait, real quick before we go. Wait. Rangers are up 5-1 against the New York Islanders. It's New York on New York crime. We're massacring the Islanders, just like you like to see. This season hasn't gone according to plan so far, but it's always fun to beat the Islanders, man. It's always fun. So just want to say that.
Listen, they're picking
is the head coach or the manager? I don't know what they call it in hockey. I'm still new to this.
General manager, yeah.
Is he on the chopping block to you, Speed, right now?
Nah, jury cemented. He's a made man. They probably are not. He won't go down.
A GM and a head coach. This how it works?
Yeah. Laviolette.
I'm not worried about the G. Right? The head coach.
Yeah. GM's safe, but the coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
He's gonna make it through this season. It's too late at this point. You got like 28 games to go. So he's gonna make it through season. And it's as sad as it is. This team is one of the most hateable. It's funny because the same guys are on the team last year that I was the most lovable team, but now I just hate them because they're just not performing. That right now something is not right. But I'll be damned, JT Miller, man, he's come in and he's scoring goals. He's dragging his team. It's fun to watch. This team's only 2 points out of the playoff spot. So, like, I'm not quitting on them yet. You know, as much as they played shitty fucking hockey, I'm not quitting on them. They still have an all-world goalie.
When you have an elite goalie, thank you. That's exactly what I was going. You have an elite goalie and you have talent on your team. You make a push for the playoffs every year. You're still in a window. I don't care.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Yep.
Get your shit together. Thank you. Rant over.
That is all.
And of guys, of course, man, we want to take the time out to thank you, man. It's been a special night for us. Man, big news for us, guys. So thank you so much for all the support, everything, of course, that you donate tonight and in the future will, of course, get us there safely and, safely. That's the most important, man. So shout out to you guys, man. Of course, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you are on X watching this, please hit the follow button, hit the heart and repost this as well. We do appreciate that. We do appreciate all the support. Don't forget we're on Spotify and iTunes, guys. Go over there, hit the follow button, man. And of course, on behalf of my brothers, man, really nothing today. Really? I was waiting for you to come in. St. John's basketball, they're kicking ass. St. John's.
I got that. But you're right. St. John's basketball is kicking ass. Number 7 in the nation. Look out for them motherfuckers. I know I blew it. E, sorry.
That's great.
Course,
my Rangers part was supposed to be that. So
I thought he was yelling at me for a sec for not dropping any music at the end, but I was like preparing to show our little quick draft clip instead of our normal outro. So I was distracted. That's on me.
I was also distracted because I was
listen.
Sorry.
When we tell you we do everything on ourselves, we mean everything.
No lie. This is all chemistry. We don't plan any of this.
Yeah, we're really
we're
banking on personality here, guys.
Facts. FA has one role. Freaking Spiro comes in with the other stuff. He fills in me and Hefe. I just give it to you guys as is here. This is exactly what it is. So. Shout out, man.
Flesh,
of course, man, my brother, Mr. Glass Half Full, and that's Spi.
The genius.
Oh, I like that.
I know you like that. It's no more if you're nasty. It's got to be the genius because you are the genius, man. And of course, my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka El Jefe. And of course, it is your boy, Eli Rax, aka Vibes. See you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody.
For me, right, for me.
Go on, get it. Go on, be somebody.
Get out there and be somebody.
Be somebody. Yo.